Hi, I'm Dave Helms from Muncie Music Center, and today I want to show you the basics on how to make sounds on the woodwind instruments that we offer for a beginning band. We have on the woodwind side the flute, the clarinet, the alto sax, the oboe, and then the tenor sax. And so today I'll just start with the flute, the clarinet, and the oboe and the alto sax. The alto and the tenor are virtually the same on how you make the tone, so we'll just start with this one for starters. Now, most every one of you has played at one time or another in a general music class, probably this year or last year, a song flute. And so you remember on the song flute how it has the 3 holes here and the 3 holes here for your fingers. So they'll sound like this. And that's how we make the sound on the woodwinds. We're going to be moving our fingers up and down to make the sound on the different instruments. So here would be that same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on the flute, you'll see there's a hole there. There's no reed. It's all metal. It is still considered in the woodwind family because of the keying and how it's operated. But you blow air across that hole. So instead of playing it like our recorder, I'm playing it just like this. And I put my lips up to the hole, and I make it So that's how you make the sound on a flute, and then just by adding your fingers, you get the different notes. Okay? That's a flute. Okay, next is the oboe, and you'll notice the oboe and the clarinet look very similar, but the similarity stops with the reed. This reed is actually two pieces of wood put together like this, and then wrapped with that red string, and the blowing air through the reeds makes them vibrate against one another, so it gives it kind of a duck sound like this. And I'll make my mouth like this, making one of those sounds, and then do this. And you can tell I'm not a great oboe player. But the buzzing of the reed is where we get our tone, and then we just add the different keys. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then there's keys that you use for your pinkies later on. Okay? Next are the single reed family instruments in the woodwinds. And I'll start with the clarinet. Both the clarinet and the alto sax and the tenor sax have a single reed on them, and they go against a hard rubber or plastic mouthpiece. And then that is clamped on with that thing we call a ligature, and so it kind of seals up against it, except for there's a very, very tiny crack between the top of the mouthpiece and the reed. So both the clarinet and the saxophone family, you will do this. Your bottom lip goes over your bottom teeth like this. Ah. Top to teeth will be right out there just like a beaver. So you're going to kind of make it look like that. So it'll go ah, down, teeth on, and blow. And that's the clarinet. That buzzing of that reed is where the tone came from. That's the important thing on getting that solid each time. If I take too much mouthpiece, I get a squeak. If I get too little mouthpiece, I don't get anything. See? So you have to loosen up a little bit, still keep this firm, and take just the right amount of mouthpiece. So when you blow, that's the clarinet. Now the same thing with the saxophone. The saxophone is a little bit heavier of an instrument, but there's usually a neck strap that we'll give you that will hold the weight of the instrument. Same thing here with the reed, single reed. Mouthpiece, ligature, that reed goes up against the mouthpiece, and there's a slight gap right up at the top, and that's where that's going to vibrate again when you're blowing on it correctly, and that's what gives you the tone. So same thing as the clarinet. Bottom lip over, top to teeth right on, like that. But that is the woodwind family: flute, clarinet, oboe, alto sax, and then the larger tenor sax. That's all I have for today. Thank you. If you're interested in renting or obtaining an instrument from us, please go to our website at www.munseymusic.com.